You've mentioned that you've had babies that were born 2.5 weeks early and 3.5 weeks earlier, and you're wondering about what your chances are of having this happen again and what you can do to help prevent it. The best predictor of future behavior is past experience, so it is likely that you'll deliver at about that time. And studies show that women who have delivered preterm, which by the way, the definition of preterm delivery is anything less than 37 weeks. So by definition, it sounds like one of your babies would have been preterm and the other one wouldn't have been. But you're right, 37 weekers tend to have complications too. Things like jaundice, they don't feed as well. Sometimes they do have respiratory issues and end up in the newborn ICU for a little while. And so here's the statistics about preterm delivery. After one, 14 to 22% of women have another preterm delivery on their second. And after 2 preterm deliveries, your chances are actually even higher than that, 28 to 42%. So again, it is likely you'll deliver at about that time. It's really important that you pay attention to the signs that and symptoms that you're having. Keep in mind your doctor won't stop you after 37 weeks just because your baby's likely to be just fine long term, even though they may spend a little bit of time in the NICU. But if you start to have any abdominal cramping, lower backache, increase in vaginal discharge, feel like you're leaking fluid, or have any spotting, you should be seen by your doctor right away because your risk of preterm labor and delivery is so much higher than the average person who hasn't had issues in the past. Once you're past 37 weeks, if you start contracting regularly and you still want to stay, you should always want to stay pregnant as long as you can. But if you're still concerned and you want to do everything you can to help prevent the delivery from happening, ultimately, there's not much you can do if it's going to happen. But you can try all the things that we tell preterm women to do. So if you're contracting in preterm, we tell you to rest and hydrate, put your feet up, drink lots of water. And if that helps them slow down, then that's a good thing. If they continue to increase in intensity and frequency, then you should go get checked out and see if your cervix is changing. Also, we tell preterm people who are having issues to avoid intercourse and nipple stimulation, both of which can cause things to be stirred up and to contract. So those are things you'd want to avoid past 37 weeks if you're worried and concerned about having your baby still a little bit early in that 37 to 38 week time frame. After 38 weeks, babies typically do really well, and most people at that point want to know what they can do to have their baby. So at that point, if you start contracting, walk around. It's okay to have intercourse and do nipple stimulation to increase the intensity and frequency of those contractions, but 38, 39 weeks would be the time when you'd want to think about those things. And yes, you're right, earlier on, you'd want to do everything you can to prevent it. Good luck with everything, and if you have any questions for me, any other questions, feel free to ask them on our Facebook page and recommend us to your friends and family too.